Unified Magic, Part 15.
So the next one is number 18, Tzuflifu.
Ooh.
One over the Emperor, or the inverse of the Emperor. Which is, I put it on there. But all the experts have it the wrong side. Never mind. The disease typical of part 28 is apoplexy, and the demons which haunt the tunnels are the Furies born of the blood of Uranus, who was castrated for crimes against the ties of kinship. The Furies, or Erinyes, are depicted in Greek myths as winged women girt with snakes, thus revealing their affinity with the lunar current. This, of course, would be all of your feminists. So the disease of feminism comes from this pathway, and that's why all of the people into Kabbalah, Illuminati, Rothschild, OTO, are all rabid feminists who would rip the balls off a man. Uranus is the planet assigned to death, with its symbolism a reversion to the source of non-being. Hence the crime of incest is associated with this tunnel. So all the Illuminati are always buggering their daughters, sons, and of course selling off one of their progeny to Lucifer. The thunderbolt typifies the swastika, the whirling or spiral force, torsion fields, that restores the world ruined by evil. Hence the rabbis and Rothschilds are obsessed with the green circles around the world, which come by all of the scumbags' energies being shot down there, produces the green spirals around the world, which restores the world ruined by their evil. So without the spirals around the world, the green torsion field, the Rothschild rabbi empire would fall into ruin. Now, of course, since yours truly has sucked out all that energy, the Rothschild rabbi empire is falling into ruin. And one can see the end of Israel covered in cobalt-60 from Hezbollah and Syrian and Iranian missiles. So the end of the Jews has been covered in cobalt-60 and burnt alive. All worshipped to Golab, the burner. And one also sees why the swastika was associated with the Nazis, because the Nazis, of course, restores the world ruined by evil, which of course to them would be the Jewish world. In this tunnel, evil or chaos emerges in its raw state through the gate of the abyss in the form of lightning. So let's well, we've got the dogs going mad there, so obviously they didn't like that. It's brilliant, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Just on demand. And one can see, of course, if you've got a dog, you're carrying around a thing that's infested with spirits, dedicated to the dark side. So your tunnels of Set are dedicated to Set and his dogs. So dogs are living typhoid Marys of demons. So anyone who's got dogs has got something infected by demons always near them. That's why me and Taylor love cats. Cat's good, dog's bad. Cat's good, dog's bad. Next one, we go to number 19. So you can see the demon in that dog went batshit crazy at the mention of Tzuflifu, which of course is 1 over the Emperor, so is the inverse of Empire. And remember, the Emperor of the West is Jacob Rothschild. Mm-hmm. So this pathway, Tzuflifu, is the one for killing the Rothschilds, destroying the Rothschilds, ruining their empire. And as one can see, by the dog going batshit crazy, dogs are possessed by entities. Next one. That's another thing. You can see that the owners of dogs are possessed, because who would have a noisy life-size rat running around making huge amounts of noise? Disgusting things. Cats, of course, nice, quiet, pleasant, don't need a walk. All they want, feed me, you bastard, feed me. Get out my way and sit there. See? So, Taylor and me, good. All you dog lovers, doomed, demon possessed. So, One Over the Moon is the next one, number 19. Yeah, let's find out where it is. Number 19, which according to this fucktard is 29, wherever 29 is. Oh, there we go. This side, according to him, so it must be this side. There we are. This is One Over the Moon. Tunnel 29 is under the influence of the moon, and is the haunt of the witch typified by Hek, the frog-headed goddess and lady of transformation, which would be Hecate. Graveyard is Hecate's domain, and Hecate loves dogs because they can possess and curse their owners and have a demon. So Angelic Annie's got a demon in Cookie, real name South Korean Kebabs. But of course I got rid of the demon, so it's now free. It's just white shining.
She looks more like a cat than a dog.
You're just a cat with a little dog suit on, aren't you,
Shape-shifting.
So the tarot trump
Stealthiest dog
is
in the
the
world,
moon.
she is.
Its alternative title being the ruler of flux and reflux, and the magic mirror is the sole item of equipment in the lunar temple when Tzuflifu is evoked. The mirror denotes the crepuscular state of consciousness peculiar to some regions of the astral plane. It is in this state that successful astral working is achieved. So if you're into remote viewing and all that sort of stuff, that's the path. For at the borderland of sleep and waking are the liars in wait, those elementals that assist in the reification of the inherent dream. So we've got, this is the city of Babylon. Corazon may be called the city of the beast. The tunnel of Caliphate leads to the city of Corazon, and the liars in wait are the Clipothic ring pass, not without the city. The liars in wait may equate with the Gagiel, the Hindras, listed in Liber 7-7 as the order of Clipoth, associated with Masloch, or the sphere of fixed stars. So they'd be the demons that get in your way. Do your magic, never works. Start a business, never works. Go after the woman of your dreams, never works, never works, never works, never works. So you want to get them out of the way. What have we got? No. There we are. Here we've got the towers. These are those of the Black Brothers. This points to a mystery concerning the true meaning of black magic, for the dark doctrine is that of the dark brothers who appear on earth, i.e. on the hither side of the tree of life, as black magicians. So me, this side's a black brother, on the other side, black magician. And we live in sea space in towers, so I've got a gigantic tower in sea space where I live, and if I'm blown away, simply astral goes back into the tower, and then I can wander off into Kim Jong-un and get him to launch H-bombs on America, and get the Israelis to attack Iran, so they get covered in cobalt-60. Numerous fun times, all the stuff I talk about in the Rent Show. And this place is the place of the tower. Why would you want to build a tower in One Over the Moon? because it's the inverse of the moon, which gives you complete and utter immunity to the witchcraft, black witchcraft of Hecate and the witches. It makes you the complete master over witches. So whatever witchery is done by witches, females, black spells, this witchcraft, totally immune to it. So us black brothers, please curse me. Come on, curse me, because zero-sum game, you're the one who'll get screwed over. And of course, with your threefold path, amplified 3 times. So this gives you total immunity to psychic attack. Good path. So instead of the tunnels of Set being bad, for a black brother like myself, the vampires, we want to hang out here. Gives us power over all forms of psychic attack and magic. So you see why the Rothschilds and the rabbis have been doing endless rituals to do me in, have been powering me. And they're the ones who've been getting the blowback. Good, eh? Next one. Rafufu. One over the sun, the inverse of the sun. Yeah. So, and since all Egyptian magic was solar, this tunnel is great for protecting yourself against Egyptian forms of magic. We'll see when I go over Egyptian magic. It's all predicated on the sun. So any form of Egyptian magic, the black brother is immune to, or if you're attacked by Egyptian magic, you simply run into that tunnel. And as one can see, if you come to one of my personal courses, you get introduced and brought into the Black Brotherhood. And what's that, number 20, which would be 30. There we are. 30, which would be 20. This fucktard's getting on my nerves. There we are. It's got numbering wrong. You can tell he's not a scientist. Tosser. In the infernal tube of Rafufu, this becomes blackened rather like a deep shadow cast in bright sunlight. So it's the opposite of sunlight. Darkness, which is the shroud of the vampire. So what you can do is occlude any remote viewer with the power of Tzuflifu, so when they try and see you, all they see is darkness. And you can put the shroud around them, so all they can see is darkness. You can put the shroud around them and block their intent, their link with higher power, so they're locked into darkness. Good, eh?
Good.
The disease typical of this Kala is depletion. That's people are always tired. You know those diseases where they're always tired?
Lethargic and stuff.
ME,
ME.
that's it. The fetters of swamps and marshes are symbolic of the sixth sun in Amenta. That's the black sun of the tunnels of Set. The Klipoth therefore haunt this tunnel in the form of will-o'-the-wisps or marsh gases that resemble the curious phosphorescence observed by sensitives over the graves of the dead. So if you want to see what that looks like, you turn to someone called Taylor Swift and her Me video, where we have Klipoth, the demons that haunt this tunnel, are in the form of will-o'-the-wisps or marsh gases. At the start of a video, are they not?
Yeah.
See? But that's just coincidence, because, you know, Taylor's not into this at all. And that's the Rafufu. The leopard is the animal sacred to this tunnel. The black and gold of its spots symbolise the sun and the darkness of Amenta, or in magical terms, the sexual gold illuminating the subconscious with its lighting. Anything else? Oh, the sigil of Rafufu exhibits the horn trident of Typhon or Coronzon. So if you watch Aquaman with his trident, or you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, where they hunt for the tridents, which then breaks all the curses, they were trying to break the curse I put upon the rabbis and the Rothschilds and Orlando Bloom and Perry by doing the film. Didn't work. But anyway, that's the horn trident is the triple deity whose formula has been explained above. It is the instrument of cleaving and is therefore of the goddess, the cleft one. So that's the trident. Let's go on to the next one. As you can see, the demons are wailing. They don't like all of this revealed. We've got Shalicu. There we are. That's a Crowley's sigil for it. Remember, stick it in your triangle, burn the bastard. And then you can always stick any of your enemies in there. All my trolls, anyone who's my enemy automatically gets fed in. So please be my enemy, because it's a zero-sum game. You're giving yourself over, of your own free will, to eternal torture. Zero-sum game. So you see why I'm so antagonistic and goad people, because maximum yield. You can hardly put people who aren't your enemy into eternal torture. So this is 1 over Eon, the last judgment. So this one, very good. One of my favourites. Number 21, let's find it from this idiot, Grant, who can't even number right. Shalicu. He couldn't even spell it right. I've had to change the spelling on the diagram. It was Shalicu. So he can't even spell either. He can't number, he can't spell, and he can't get left and right. But he was the head of the OTO, so it just shows, doesn't it? There we are, 21. This gets my seal of approval, because it's the inverse of the last judgment. So there's no hell for me, there's no last judgment for me. I'm beyond it thanks to this power. So all of you fundamentalist Christians, you are screwed. There is no last judgment for black brothers. There is for you Christians, burning in the Clipothic realms, all done by the Rothschild rabbis. Because remember, fundamentalist Christianity is predicated on the backside of the tunnel of set in the Clipothic realms. So, what have we got here? This tunnel is of prime importance in that it extends to Earth the corazonic vibrations of death via Mercury. So this would be the tunnel of Final Destination. You've seen the Final Destination films?
All of them, many times.
So this is the tunnel of Final Destination. So this tunnel is vital if you're going to slaughter the hell out of the entity that stalks you. The only enemy is death. So this is a must-have for anyone like myself, who not only wants to avoid death, but remember, the pathway that leads you to death and then off to hell can be delineated by the Last Judgment. So this is the power that completely cuts death's Last Judgment network, and the hellization of the soul completely destroys it. So as you can see, it's not God-given, it's simply a construct of terrestrial, intradimensional aliens with higher technology that understand C-space, H-space, time-like space, and for maximum yield, torture your soul. And this power here makes you immune to it. The denizens of this tunnel are the ravenous beasts of the desert of Set, and they repulse all efforts to gain access to the pylon of Dath, which is up here. Just think of the pylon of Dath as moving. Whee! It's the pylon of Dath. So whenever you try and come down to the pylon of Dath there, you've got the ravenous beast trying to stop you. Why? Because control of reality is along this, 100% is along this. So if they keep you away from the 100%, and this would be the other side of Malkuth, so the realm of the rabbis and Rothschilds, real world is that side. The inverse to it is the opposite side. So, and of course, if a black brother manifests like myself in this world, but he's the opposite of the Rothschild rabbi, then the whole Rothschild rabbi empire collapses. See? So of course you want ravenous beasts stopping anyone getting into the 100% line, which goes down. So that these are the ravenous beasts that trap you in the lower tunnels of Set and keep you away from the pylons, which allow you to become 100%. Because if you're not 100%, you're a probability, and then you can change the probability until you get the probability of going into via your sex right into the clipothic realms. So unless you can control your sexual energy, this is a very bad place. Mm-hmm. So eyes wide shut parties are good for me because I control my sexual energy absolutely, but for all of the Illuminati of the outer elect, it's simply the way of dumping them. The eyes wide shut party, think of as a gateway to hell. We had the death of the whore in the eyes wide shut, remember? She was killed. And then we have the sex party. So watching Eyes Wide Shut can be seen as a visual gateway to the clipothic realms and trapping you as a soulless shell. We'll be going into the clipothic realms again. We've gone over the archdemons of the clipothic realms, but we'll go into the grimoire stuff in the Goetia next time. Because as I know, all you light workers like to know what the world you're really in. It's not love and light, it's these realms, because you use the Kabbalah. And there's no way out, unless you pay. Because remember, if I was like Angelic Annie and Celestial Paladin, I'd do it for free, because I want to save you. I'm not, I'm the opposite. It's only money. And I'm doing this to destroy the Rothschild rabbis by showing the Illuminati they've been screwed. The magical city of Par 31 is transformation, invisibility or disappearance, the disappearance of the world of appearances, i.e. the numinalization of phenomena, which interpreted in terms of objective existence is the transformation of the gross body into its ethereal essence. So the magical city of Par 21, he's got Par 31, it's Par 21, which gives you power over the Last Judgment. That city is put in one tiny little video called Taylor Swift's Delicate video. So just by chance, she seems to pop up again and again. I don't know why. The typical disease ascribed to Par 31 is fever, which is associated with heat or fire, and which culminates in the tunnels of Shalicu as death and or full insanity. So as you can see, the bad part of this, if you're not a black brother, a vampire, is fever, death and insanity, and getting locked into the final destination, the Last Judgment. There we are. Oh, it's more here. This goes on, doesn't it? Now we start. It is interesting to note that the Last Judgment was the title given to the tarot trump, which showed the dead rising from the tombs. The symbolism of this trump, revised in accordance with New Aeon doctrine, is now entitled the Eon, and it is in the form of a child that the resurrected spirit arises from the darkness of a mentor. The great mystery is, however, that this child is feminine, the daughter, not the son. She is shadowed forth in the imagery of the fabulous bird. That's in Druid metaphysics, which is more ancient than the Celtic, the study of universe A is called ontology, or the science of being, while the study of B, the unknown universe, can only be called meontology, the study of non-being. According to ancient occult lore, there is but one method of penetrating the mysteries of meon, and that is by a reversal of the magical invocations which one would normally use in connection with the universe A. You reverse your spells here. Frata Rakhed, who was the trainee of Crowley and then fell out with him in recent times, uses formula of reversion in a Kabbalistic sense, and it enabled him to unravel many mysteries in the book of the law. It yielded the magical key that Aleister Crowley had searched for in vain, yet Crowley had intuited the correct formula when he declared, "I recognise magic is as concerned to reverse any existing order." And then Coronzon might be thought of as one of the approaches to Universe B. It may indeed have been through this tunnel to the other side of the tree that Crowley acquired the elements of evil that were to wreck his work in the outer and make his books abhorred by those who did not understand the singular connections between the two universes. Evil does not exist in Universe A, and in Universe B it does not exist. However, when there is a relationship between the two universes, there is a possibility of evil coming to the world into Universe A. That is why the magicians who work along the lines of seeking contact with Universe B are sometimes in a situation where they convey the impression of being black magicians, or else of being dangerously evil, or perverse, or unnatural. Bertio goes on to say that Coronzon, that's a chaos evil quality, exists solely in the fact that he exists between the two universes, A and B, as a magical guardian. So why did I go through all that? It just means that when you're lured into the tunnels of Set by doing the wrong Kabbalistic tree, you bring Universe B into Universe A through you, and then you become a epicenter of evil, because bringing Universe B into Universe A creates evil. So all the light workers are pumping evil into the world. Every one of them is a filth factory, making the world more and more evil. So you can see why the rabbis and the Rothschilds have got all the Illuminati, OTO, Freemasons using the wrong Kabbalistic tree, because they're poisoning the world. And the things that are inside them feed off the fear, they feed off the poison. The more wrecked the planet is, the more people are in torment, the more yummy food there is, because they feed off negative fear, emotions, energies, and Higgs field. So if they're going to eat it, they've got to make it palatable. So instead of cooking, their form of cooking is to hellize the humans and their reality. So if you consort with demons, you can feed them fear. So Castaneda, Don Juan, when he talks to dark matter entities, like myself, you can feed them bits of fear, because that's what they feed off, low vibration energy. So as you can see, getting the advanced people to work in Universe B brings evil into the world via the gateway, meaning that the entities and the Rothschilds and the rabbis and the other so-called channeling entities which are being channeled by the light workers can feed. And it makes the world nice and evil. In the 31st tunnel, the power of fire and spirit resume the formula of the fire snake, which is that of spirit matter in the macrocosm and Coronzon woman in the microcosm. In other words, the essential forces of darkness and matter are activated in the macrocosm by the element of spirit, and in the microcosm they manifest in the woman who embodies the fire snake. Hence, Game of Thrones and the Fire Witch, which pumped the Red Witch energy into the humans from the tunnel of Shalicu, which when pumped into the real world via Game of Thrones screen doorway, which is a doorway, gives you the Last Judgment. So we're rapidly going to World War III and the Last Judgment.
She reappeared near the end, didn't she?
Yeah, has to.
Yeah.
She incarnates the cosmic energies of the fire snake, symbolised by the fire opal, which uses a precious stone from a vulva, and of the pyramid of Set, the cosmic phallic flame that consumes it utterly with its triple fire tongue. The initiated priestess of the beast Shugal, Coronzon, which should be 666. So of course, to do that to people, one has a cursing ring. So instead of having to do a curse on everyone I pass, I simply have a ring that does it automatically. That's it. So all of the trolls enjoy. And the last one, 22. Thantifaxath. There we are. Well,
It's quite a different one.
yeah, that's the inverse of the universe, which would be, what's the inverse of the universe? your starter for 10. Inverse of the universe, Angelic Annie. What would be the inverse of the universe? I can tell you're not scientists.
No. Black hole.
No, the Matrix.
Oh.
If you're not in the real world,
In the Matrix.
you're in the Matrix, yeah. So as one can see, turning the real world into a matrix is this one, and Malkuth is where you start. So on the back side, you're going from the real world and going up to your soul along the pathway that turns it into a matrix. Hence, of course, all of the massive development of AI and chipping you. And remember, this is the gateway to the Kapothic realms, or shells. So let's finish off. The sigil of Thantifaxath thus forms the earth or base of the entire series of Kalas, and the anode and cathode are linked to earth to the Tau, that it has its origins in the subconscious. So that would be your physical body, that would be a soul. And between them, if you put this energy, you can matricize the entity. How do you matricize an entity? Take out its soul, turn it into wetware. Wetware which then lives in the matrix. So the process is get a human, rip out its soul, dump it via sexual energy, babe station and all the rest of that crap, online porn, into the Kapothic realm, and its wetware body can then be linked up to AI via the idiot Elon Musk is developing, which gives you, irradiates your brain, gives you brain cancer. But then you can have the wetware living in a Rothschild rabbi controlled matrix. So as we can see, they've got big plans for you, all starting with 5G. Hence the electoral nature of Thantifaxath and its earthing in the hidden Chthonian cells. These are typified by the forces of restriction and incarceration, symbolized by Saturn. The matrix boxes for you human wetware. Incarceration, Chthonian means hellish cave type thing. The magical cities of this Kala comprise works of malediction and death, psychic warfare, and the sickle of Saturn the Great One of the Night of Time is a supreme emblem of this tunnel, which is the result of ghouls and larvae. Larvae are things that attach to you. All the light workers have got infested with larvae and make them sexually deviant or obsessive or any other sort of obsession. And larvae of the pit lit by the lurid phosphorescent glare of corpse candles. That's candles made from the fat of corpses, which the Illuminati use a lot. Mako, a name of Set as the son of Typhon and the power of darkness, is the secret deity of this nethermost cell. The god Terminus also belongs here, for this outpost of the cosmic system is truly the end of the cosmic vibrations, from which this point return to their source in the stars. So you can see the lift your vibration up till you get the death, then plunge it down. There we are. Whoosh. You've got to incorporate the body, so the death has to come down to the body, and then we have our eyes wide shut party, separating the soul from the body. That's the child book, where the soul is separate from the body. The films of that, and where you've got a machine that cuts the soul from the body with what is it? Tom Cruise's wife is the baddie in that one. Ex-wife.
Oh,
Nicole
the
Kidman.
Golden Compass ones.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's all that stuff, and then through there into the Kapothic realm. So with our grimoires, we'll be talking about that next time. The disease typical of this Kala is arteriosclerosis, the hardening of the arteries, that is adjunct of senility and the onset of the final rigor. The works of this tunnel include incarceration or tying up as a corpse in the swathings of eternity. So all the wankers in jail are in that energy. This is the origin of a deadly form of sorcery which consists in imprisoning souls in space by a curious method as has been described by Michael Bertier. The prospective victim of this particular form of attack are placed symbolically in diamond-shaped figure. There we are. Then you fold it over, that's a diamond-shaped figure. And then you fold it over and you turn their name into a sigil. So of course, doing that, we go, well, Rothschild. We turn it into sigil, which is condensing that. So we'd have the R. Yeah. Then we can have the D. Then we can stick in the O, the T, the H, the S, the C, the H, the I and the L in an anti-clockwise direction to make our little sigil. Then we'd stick that in our bit of paper here, whoosh, with that. Fold it over, so that we fold it that over the top, which would then give us that. There we are. So the Rothschild sigil would be in that bit of paper. To intensify their confinement, mentally you would fold the diamond into the triad so that two persons will struggle to occupy each of the three remaining angles of this form, which each have enough magical space for any one person. This will cause their objective conflicts as they fight to occupy the same psychic and mental situs. So you've got all the Rothschilds trapped in there. By this method, many enemies have died of occult suffocation because they've been cut off from cosmic vitality by means of the magical walls of innermost space. So all the Rothschilds stuck into that form, which in C space and H space actually exists. Then close them in, and two persons will struggle to occupy each of the three remaining angles of this form. You put all the Rothschild, the entire Rothschild brood in there, so they're all trapped in there. So in C space, H space, they're all trapped in there. When they try and do their rituals, when anyone of them tries it, they're trapped in there. So you completely lock them off from C space, H space, trapped in there forever. And the more people that observe the video, the more power it gets. So you can see it's a rather nasty thing to do, the Rothschilds. So the 30-second path transmits the astral energies of Yesod to the sphere of Malkuth. That one. Yesod Malkuth. Thereby affecting the final earthing of all the Kalas. Just think of that as earthing all this stuff, making it real in the physical world. And influences that stream through the tunnels from Pluto, Kether, to Earth, Malkuth. But at this utmost and final earthing of the cosmic current, a sudden reversal occurs, and this is the formula of magic itself, that the current, having earthed itself in Malkuth, now turns back upon itself and streaks up the tree to dissolve its source in the transcosmic centres of energy represented by Kether. Except, of course, with the eyes wide shut black magic, it doesn't, it just goes whoop, whoop. See, it comes. You bring all that lovely stuff down with the Illuminati light workers, then it's supposed to come back up. You're earthing it to make it real, and then ascending it to raise the vibration of whatever you've manifested in the real world. But instead of which, it falls down the rabbit hole, which Perry talks about in her Never Really Over, into the Clipothic realm, realm of hells. Perfect system. Here we've got that constraint may account for the frequent karmic recurrence of asthma and kindred respiratory diseases that affect so many occultists, because they're getting attacked all the time. As you can see, I like getting attacked because being a black brother, I'm totally immune to magic by using this pathway. And finally, as one can see, let's see, 15. Which is 5. Yeah, so as one can see, there are good pathways. So you come in via Dath, and you're moving the Dath down to Tempioth. Remember, Tempioth there we are, come down, move it down, and then go across. So your starting point for using the tunnels of Set, if you're a Black Brother, well and safely, is here. X marks the spot. Death moves you down, and then you just move across. The Tempioth one, 19. What's that one? 19. That would be 9. It's fucking wanky. It's on my nerves. It's a tosser. Yeah, 1 over lust and strength. So it's the inverse of lust and strength, which is the barrier. So only after you've conquered lust and your strength can you traverse that one safely, because it's a bad one. But once you have the ability to conquer that one, you can get to there, which is starting point, and from there, yep, back again. Sorry, this one. These diagrams are even confusing me. So we go. Basically, what we want is to get on to pathways where we've got the good ones. So once we're there, we're on 13, which is 1 over the hangman, which is Refat. That's me in Chaldean.
Yeah.
See? The hermit. So that means that your empire can't be destroyed. So it's great for building invulnerable empires and milieus and realities. And then you can move down to here. This is Gabora on the oops, there we are. But remember, that's Gabora on the front side, but on the back side, that would be the male one, be Chesed. So a male, you need the male energy, me. Going down to that one, then you can traverse here. You can go up to get the energy of the 16. 16. I don't think I need a pen, do I? Get rid of that. Get on my nerves. Trying to leaf through bloody books with pens on. Right, 16. Yeah, one over the devil. So here, that gives you the power over the devil. Sorted. Along there, 17. Gives you the power. 13. What's 13? Oh, the hangman. Yeah, the hangman, that's the one where MI5, the Rothschilds, the British government be trying to do me in. And 17 is the tower, the lightning struck tower, which means all your stuff grows and can't be destroyed. And they've been trying like mad, stealing my property, smashing flat, bank accounts, you name it. And then, of course, one can traverse to 19, power over black magic, and then 21. So you're immune to all the Luciferic Satanists. Please curse me, do your black magic rituals, you'll get screwed. And then the last one, no last judgment. So I do what I like to you, and I'm not going to be burning in hell, you fundamentalist Christians, because with that power, the power of 21, I'm immune. So as you can see, the Black Brotherhood path is dropping down with death, and if you're sensible, you avoid that one. You drop down to death to Tifereth on the backside, which is the Black Brother. Tifereth is the vow, so on the backside it would be your diabolical, evil male, me. Become a Thantifaxath, and then of course you've got 3 paths. You don't have got any. See, that's a nice path. That's a nice path. That's a nice path. That's a nice path. See, easy. So psychic warfare done by Thantifaxath, who is the Universe B version of Vow, the male principle. Then of course you've got free access to the good paths, and you avoid all the rest because the other paths not nice, unless of course you're like me and are super advanced. So the pathway was 14, did 14. Let's look at 14 again. He's got his numbering system wrong. No, he has got his numbering system right. As you can see, it's very confusing even to me when they haven't got the numbers right. So 14's completely resistant to death, 1 over death. It's got to be good stuff. And 16. 16. Now this looks like the devil. Yeah, 1 over the devil. So immune to death, immune to the devil, immune to witchcraft, immune to the last judgment, immune to being hanged, and immune to having your property, empire destroyed. See? So we'll draw those in colour so you can see the pathways.
Do you want a different one?
Yeah, give me another one. I know my viewers like green.
There it is. There it is.
There we are. We've had loads of comments that you want more and more green. So there we are. That's green there. See? Green there. Green there. Green there. Green there. So the tunnels of set aren't bad if you have a means of getting the death into the Tifereth, and the Thantifaxath is the diabolical version of the vow, the male that's going to save the bride and all that other crap. And death, of course, psychicwarfare.com. So you see why psychicwarfare.com is the gateway to supernaturalspirit.com and using Universe B. And there are the pathways that are absolutely vital to being super successful, immune to death, immune to the last judgment, and all the other stuff. Never ever revealed by any of the so-called magi and advanced souls and the rest. So as you can see, the tunnels are set are good if you know how to use them and are a vampire. If not, if you're simply a light worker, Illuminati, Rosicrucian, OTO, and the rest of them, you're screwed. And the whole point of doing these videos on the tunnels of Set was explaining how screwed you are, because it brings great joy to me and delight. Enjoy.